February 26, 2017. This is the First United Spiritualist Church in Burnaby, BC. Reverends Al and Jean Fike are speaking today from the Divine Love Sanctuary Foundation.
And send your love and light.
Oh. Oh, thank you. Well, I just can't say how thrilled Al and I are to be back here this morning. And we've had some connections with FUSC, and we call this church Kincaid. We've been having connections through family and friends since the 1950s. And in the last few months, and since Lorna's passing, we've been visiting 4 times in recent weeks. And each time we've come, we have felt the most incredible love and sacredness in this place. And so we feel really grateful and privileged to be here. I don't know if we've met a few of you here through the Divine Love monthly groups that Raphael is leading, and one of them last week on Thursday, again like the month before, there was an amazing portal of light that opened up from this beautiful place all the way through the spheres and into the heavens. And the angels that were present here with all the blessings that they brought came down through the portal and to all of us here. So it is with great humility that we're here today, and we thank you and we invite your prayers. And I'm going to turn it over to Al now, and we're just going to play a little bit of tag team. So here's to Al. Did I remember everything?
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a bit of a test for us. 40 years of marriage, is this going to work? Are we going to be able to go back and forth in a harmonious way? Well, I think it would be good. Lots of distractions in the world. You know, it's a material place. We're all consumed with material distractions and concerns and worries and making a living and doing all that stuff. And yet, often, our souls suffer, our spirits suffer, because we're taking that path of materialism. Not necessarily listening to those deeper desires for something spiritual or to be with God. And so, you know, we're all sidetracked often in that pursuit. Yet here we are. We're here in this church. There's something in all of us that desires a deeper, higher perspective in life. And I'm sure you've heard lots of philosophies here. I mean, over the years, you know, the speakers that have come, you've heard many, many ideas about what spirituality is, what paths to take, how to get there, how to be with God, how to be within yourself, and you know, it's kind of overwhelming, all the different ideas that humanity has in terms of reaching a spiritual depth and perspective. Ours is pretty simple. The message is pretty simple. God is love. That's the very essence of what we're talking about. That God is love. So if God is love, and if everything in the universe, including God, is some form of energy or some form of pulsating whatever substance you want to define it as, then that love is an energy. That love of God is an energy. And in that case, can't we tap into that energy? Isn't that energy available to us? And we believe it is. We believe that through prayer and through connecting with God, and it's an individual experience and effort through prayer, then we can open to that energy, that love. And that love has qualities to it. It has gifts of healing and peace and joy and comfort and I don't know. The list, I think, goes on and on because, discovering God is an eternal journey because God is infinite. So, for us to understand God and to connect with God and to truly know God, then it's going to take forever because, the manifestations of God, who God is, what God manifests in the world, etc., is, it's very complex and beautiful and a discovery that's, sorry?
Infinite?
Infinite, yeah. So, and we believe, we are spiritualists. We believe that there are many spheres of spirit. I think our beliefs definitely resonate with the ideas and tenets of this church. So it's wonderful to be able to be here and have that commonality of understanding that the worlds of spirit are divided into spheres, and those spheres reflect an understanding that those spirits have of reality. It's their reality. And when we're here on this plane, we're actually building a sense of that reality. We are investing in what will come in the future. Our heritage will be whatever sphere we land up in spirit. Now that's not a static thing. We all progress through spheres of spirit. It's where we start in spirit. So there are lower planes, there are darker planes, and then there are planes of light. And of course, I'm sure all of us want to be in a plane of light when we pass over into spirit. So, how do we get there? I mean, with all this materialism that is distracting us, the energies that we put into the material world, although we all have to do it because we live in a material world, do not necessarily fuel our spiritual development. So it's important to set forth some sort of structure, some kind of discipline where we are creating and reinforcing light within ourselves, bringing our minds up to a higher level of thought, expressing love in the world. That's so important. This world is just bereft of love. And we need, if you want to be of light, if you want to be of service in the world, and I think many of you do here, then we need to know how to be a channel of love, how to be a loving individual, how to be a channel of light, how to be an agent of change in the world that can ignite more love and more light with others around who you connect with. So this divine love, as we call it, the love of God, infuses our souls, our very center, that part that carries on after we die. It infuses us with that energy of love. And then it changes us, because from the inside, it starts welling up into our consciousness, into our mind, and it even affects our physical bodies. It affects everything. The power of this love is so wonderful that it will completely change you in time. It's an incremental thing. As you pray to God and connect to God for this blessing of divine love, then it flows into your soul in accordance to your desire and your ability to connect with God. And it requires a choice. The choice is to say, I want this. Because we don't have it within ourselves automatically. We have something which I would call natural love. We have an ability to love. We have an innate ability to love. But this is something different. This is God's love. This is a higher love. A higher energy, a higher vibration, a higher substance. And it does require us in some way to connect. It doesn't necessarily have to be a formal prayer. It can be just a shooting desire, a longing for something higher, for love, for God. And in that spark of longing comes a response. If it's authentic, if it comes from your soul. And you know when it comes from your soul because it's intense, it's real, it's a feeling, it's something opens up in you and strikes that chord. And often you feel a response. God answers back and says, I'm here and I love you. Because God loves every soul, no matter what condition we're in, no matter who we are, what we've done, etc. That love from God is consistently there and is available to anyone who asks. So it is a wonderful resource. It's an open door that many people don't even realize exists because they're too busy doing whatever they do in life. So I've kind of gone off my what we had discussed, but Jean's going to read a little passage here, and then I'll continue on.
Well done.
In the flow.
In the flow.
Yes. Perfect. It was perfect.
There's a few copies of Al's book downstairs if anybody's interested, and there's some on loan at the church. And in his writings about divine love, we've selected messages from our angel guides and teachers that have come to us. And so we've selected two that I'd like to read a little bit from. And the first one is from Confucius. And Confucius is one of our main guides and teachers. And such a beautiful, loving, wise soul who must come down from a great, great, great distance to be with us. And I must say, the first time I saw Confucius come through Al, his face kind of went into, Asian-looking eyes, and you could almost see the little beard, the lips, but he's a beautiful teacher. And this message was received almost 1 year ago. God bless you, precious souls. This is Confucius. Beloved and precious souls, you have found the pull of your souls to come together to this place in prayer, to drink in the loving conditions, to open your souls to the great blessing of the Father's divine love. Drink deep, my beloveds, drink deep. Pull to you the light. Open yourselves to what your Heavenly Father has to give to you, beloved souls. For as you express your soulful intentions to God, so the response will come in answer to your prayers, opening you to this great and mighty touch of love, anchoring you in light and opening the vistas before you. And the doors shall open, beloveds, for those who seek in sincerity and who long from the depths of their souls to know truth, to know God, to be in this light. The power of this is beyond all other lessons. The power of this love. It will soothe you, it will change you, it will bring you to God at one with the source of all. Seek this, my beloved, seek this, and you will know a deep fulfillment, a great blessing, a wondrous opening that shall free you from your pains and your doubts and your fears. It will bring you peace that passes all understanding. It will show you truth beyond that which the mind can comprehend. It will light the way to your lives, bringing renewed purpose and meaning. It will show you how to love, the power of love, the wonderment of love, the glory of divine love. Be blessed, my beloveds, and walk in this light. You can feel your souls being drawn. Follow that deep feeling within you, and a new world will open for you, my beloveds, a new world. God bless you, precious souls. God bless you.
So Confucius says, seek the love. He mentions about the power of the love and what it does. So within each of us, we have a soul. There, that's that spark that creates us, gives life to us. And as we move along in life, then we create our own identity and have our own experiences. And each of those experiences in life are registered within the soul. So we carry around everything that we've experienced. Every second and minute that we've experienced is actually registered within our souls. So in that process, through a life lived in this world, those experiences can be joyful, and those experiences can be painful, and those experiences can be very mundane. I mean, there's all the whole spectrum of what life offers us. But as we go through each day, then this process of marking within our soul the experience of our lives in all the most minute of details happens. And because of that, there is also an energetic signature that is registered within our souls that reflects those experiences. So we build within ourselves a condition, a set of memories and emotions and energies within us that stay there. They're in there. And some people, if they recognize something they don't like within themselves, may go and do some therapy or something like that. I mean, or we pray, or we do what we do in order to deal with a lot of those the uncomfortable conditions within us. The divine love will eradicate the negative within us. That's a very powerful aspect of divine love. In other words, God's love is God's forgiveness. When we receive that essence, that energy within us, it burns away those things that are not in harmony with love. That's the only thing that will do that. There are other ways of doing it. We can deal with every aspect of our memories and straighten them out. Often this is the great work of the spirit world for those who pass over, is to have to deal with, reconcile all of those conditions within ourselves, eventually purifying ourselves. And that's a very long process. Divine love can be quite quick in comparison. So I'm going to get Jean to read a message about that.
What Al was describing about all our memories, everything recorded from our life on earth. And this is what another guide, Andrew, who was a disciple of Jesus, spoke to us May the 2nd, 2016. Are you aware, my beloveds, that when you pass over into spirit, your soul has the memory of every second and minute of your life? And when one is in spirit, these memories flood forth into your consciousness, and those deep-seated disturbances within you, though many feel that they have dealt with these issues through their mental reckonings and what you refer to as therapy, I say that within the mind these issues are settled, but within the soul they are not. Now there are two choices in dealing with deep-seated injuries of the soul. When one walks the natural pathway in this great effort to be purified within your soul and your mind, then each and every aspect of these memories lodged within the soul must come up into your consciousness, and depending upon the nature of it, these thoughts and memories, one must atone for the words spoken, for injuries given, for injuries put upon another. For you are human, and in many ways you have experienced many errors and have been responsible for hurting others with what you say and do. This is the human condition. All souls must recompense for these actions, and in many respects the journey through the spheres of spirit are determined by how one willingly takes on these great efforts to purify, to release, and to make recompense for those actions taken. The second condition, the second choice that is to have these conditions within the soul healed, transformed, and released through the power of God's love. This can be a very quick and powerful journey of healing, of release, and this is what we refer to as the soul finding its salvation, to be purified, to be in harmony with God's love, which will burn within the soul, burning away all those conditions that are not in harmony with the love. Beloved souls, it is the choice to take this journey of recompense or to take the journey of faith and love, accepting and embracing the power of this love. And when you pray for God's love, you set a course for yourselves, a higher road, an easier path, which has far-reaching effects. As you journey through the spheres of spirit, you will gain much benefit from the cleansing power of God's love. And as you release those conditions that are pushed out by this love, released, purified, and burnt away, you are then more able to receive greater inflowings of the divine love, and your progression becomes exponential, and your journey swift to those spheres of the celestial heavens where each soul is redeemed, each soul is free of sin, of error, and of darkness. So you see, beloved souls, Your journey of life upon this earth plane is short and swift, but has a great bearing upon where you will continue life in spirit. You have a great advantage here on earth, and as you pray for this love, and as it influences your choices and your actions, you are creating for yourself a wonderful heritage of light. A wealth within your soul that will bring you to places of greater light and harmony in spirit when the time comes. The end of a short life in the world of the material. For in the world of spirit, life is much, much longer, and you must consider this, how you are indeed building for the future of your existence. Opening up to God in this way through His love is a swift road for those who have faith and dedication and acknowledge the yearning of their souls for this gift. And for those who have led a difficult life here on earth, whether of their own choosing or have been victimized by others and carry out the hurt and the pain, the resentment and the anger, but choose not to go to God with these issues and conditions, they choose a long road and a difficult road. But they will in time come to that place of purification. They will in time, for this is part of God's intention for all humanity to come to a place of purity.